Hello, today we are going to be discussing flotation costs and the investment banking process. Now within flotation costs, let's say that I need to raise some money, okay? I'm a company, I'm a growing company, and I have some really good projects that I am looking into doing. Now, I have to raise some money, and my process I'm going to use an investment banker because they have the ability to go out and find buyers for me, right? So I can sell some bonds and they can go out and help me raise this money. So I'm going to go approach one of my friendly local investment bankers, such as JP Morgan Chase or Goldman Sachs or one of the other investment banking houses. And what's going to happen there is that they are going to charge me a fee. Okay, this fee is known as flotation costs. Right? They are going to charge me a fee to go out and help me find that money. Okay? And that way it makes it easier process on me. They are equipped to do it. That's their specialty. I can just focus on getting my job done. Okay? So the basic on flotation costs is that we have to look at the net proceeds. Okay? So we have our net proceeds, okay? And we're going to call that NP. Okay, that's our net proceeds. That's how much we are going to actually get paid, okay? And then we have our flotation costs, right, which our flotation costs, we're going to refer to FC as FC here. We're also going to refer to them as F as our percentage on flotation costs, right? So what might happen, there's a couple different ways this can be done, is that the investment banker might say, hey, we have a fixed fee. It doesn't really matter how much you raise. If you raise in this range, we're going to charge you X amount, okay? Otherwise, they might charge a fee, and depending on how difficult the offering is or whatever is it, they'll charge a fee, say 2%, 6%, 8%. It's going to go up the more work that they have to do, okay? So they might express it as a percentage, okay? So when we look at doing this is that we then need to figure out, so we have net proceeds, the amount that I'm actually going to get paid, and then I have to add on top of that the amount I'm paying in flotation costs. Okay? And then that is going to tell me what my total issue is. Okay? Because when I look at my total issue, how much I actually issue, I have to take those flotation costs out of it. So my equation that I use to set this up is that we're going to have our total issue is equal to net proceeds divided by, okay? Makes sense? Right, so one way we can look at this is that we should be working this backwards and figuring out, hey, this is how much I actually need to expand my business. Okay, now let's say that we're going to set that equation up, right? And let's say that I actually need $470,000. That's how actually what I need in order to in order for my business to function is I need $470,000. I'm going to need to be expanding one of my manufacturing facilities. Okay, and then I'm going to divide that by 1 minus my flotation cost. Let's say that my investment banker charges 6%. They said, all right, we can find you that $470,000, but we're going to charge you 6% of the total offering, right? So that's going to be at 0.06. Okay, so we do the math through here, and so that tells us our total issue, the actual amount that we're going to raise is then going to be at $500,000. Okay, and so basically what that's showing us is that 6% of $500,000 is $30,000. So flotation costs here are going to be $30,000. And that is what the investment banker is actually getting paid in order to help find us that money. Okay. Now the question comes, why don't we do this ourselves? Well, simply put, if I'm a manufacturer of, say, tires, right? I'm making tires. That's my job. That's my business. My business isn't making tires. Okay. My business is not going around making these connections, trying to figure out and raise some money. Right. This sum of money might be too large for me to come up with myself. So I'm going to talk to that investment banker because that investment banker has connections, right? They do this every single day. This is their job. This is what they do. And so they're going to be able to do it at a much lower cost than we can ourselves. So that's why we hire them. That's why we pay them that $30,000 to go on and help us find that money. Okay. They're basically brokering the deal for us. Okay. Now, that was basically an introduction into flotation costs. We are going to be discussing some more about the investment banking process in the future, but this is basically just a primer on how we figure out exactly what what the investment banker's fees structure works.